Hello. Oh, hello. Today is my second day of class. I just finished all my classes and thankfully all of them went well. I may or may not be late to one of my classes because I decided to sleep in between the class. But that's besides the point. We're gathered here so that you guys can watch me fail in coloring and dyeing my hair. So just a quick little backstory. Around March of last year, I decided to color and cut my hair. I decided to bleach my hair, starting from the top. Isn't that amazing? You know, it was me going to Sally's with my friend right after school, excited, pumped, enthusiastic about this process. 1 year later, this is my hair. All of the black part that you're seeing from the top right to the middle, that's my natural hair. But we're done, we've surpassed it, and now we're up for a new journey. It's us bleaching our entire hair using quick glue. There really isn't no inspiration for this process. I just want to switch things up, and for the longest time, I really need to color my hair dark auburn. What does an amateur girl do? Shop to Amazon. And so that's what I did. Before we get right into it, I'm just gonna give you a quick little haul of the supplies that I'll be using. First candidate, you've already seen her, bleach. We have 20% developer because we want to use this as a toning agent as well. Box dye, some supplies, hair toner, and another box dye. So what's your vision, Rizal, you may ask? After bleaching my hair and assuming that it achieves this silver blonde hair, of course we're gonna tone it. Hopefully it does the job as well. We're gonna go for this dark auburn hair look, but of course I gotta have some backup lined up. If all else fails, I'm gonna use a darker shade, somewhat similar to my natural hair color, and put it on top that dark auburn hair if it doesn't suit me. In case it appears all patchy and washed out, at least it's gonna be something a little bit closer to my natural dark hair. Let's get right into it, shall we? Just for good measure, this is extremely unnecessary, but I think it's quite necessary if you're an amateur hair dyer. Put and slather some coconut oil in your hair prior to your hair process and it coats and gives your hair a little protection because we're down for some deep frying action. If all else fails, I guess I'm gonna have to chop my hair. Let's go. Okay, let's first begin by applying the coconut oil. How do we do this? This came with a bleach. It's like a little scoopy thing. I'm just gonna scoop some. Oh my gosh, tabo. Anyone tabo? Oh, it worked. Kinda did. Sexy. Oh my gosh, no. It's fucking chaotic. Hello. I should have disclosed it. This is not a tutorial.
Relax.
Never will be. In fact, I need some tutoring myself. I think we're done. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. It says overnight, but I don't feel like my hair needs that much time, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've sectioned my hair into this. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna start at the bottom half, and as you can see, my tips are a little bit lighter. I'm gonna start on this section first, and then roots and tips. I got my mixture here, and here we go. Help me, you guys. This is a learning process, so honestly, I don't care. It's hair at the end of the day. This is what we're working with. I don't know what happened here. I feel like it burned. I don't know. It should be fun. Also, this is just a toner, so this is not the hair color that I'm actually what I just want to do, neutralize everything. Hopefully that's okay. Right now, I'm just swatching my final color. I'll be using the Revlon Color Silk in Dark Auburn. Hopefully this works because this shade is not doing me justice. Like, what you're seeing right now is even worse than what it looks like in real life, but it doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my undertone. Just in general, it's on my type. This is the final step. Hopefully, if worse comes to worse and this doesn't look natural, I would go for another darker shade, which is my last saving grace. Hopefully that will tone everything down and just color my hair very similar to my natural color. I bleached this about 3 times now, so not that bad. I'll be parting my hair into 4 sections and then I'll start the hair dyeing process. So I did something last night, and as you can see from the previous clips, it's been quite a journey. I had a vision of a dark auburn red fiery orange shade, but I ended up with this one. I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely not on the red side. It's leaning more towards a lighter brown shade with a red undertone, I would say. And honestly, I'm not mad. I'll give my hair some credit. My scalp and my entire head has been on some journey. They've been bleached multiple times, at least like 3 sessions. It definitely lightened up as you saw, but that and the entire toning, all the chemicals in the head, it was just a lot. And I'm giving my hair some credit. Honestly, I couldn't be more grateful that I still have hair at this point. Given that I didn't have any professional help. I had Brad Munn to do it. I looked up some videos before actually doing everything. Also, I had some help from my brother, so that's amazing. Quick little backstory. I dyed my hair the first time. Didn't go well. At that point, roots were lightened up. The rest, it was still dark brown. Decided to do a second round. I decided to use a foil. Girl didn't know what she was doing. Girl didn't know what she was entering. She failed miserably. On top of the lightened roots, I had white roots, and so at this point, I'm a little bit panicky. The rest of my hair was still brown, and the rest of my roots are blonde, like yellow blonde, and the sides of my hair were white. That's like the lightest level of blonde because it's been bleached multiple times. So at this point, I'm scared. I don't know if I should do one more round or I just let it be and call it a day. But no, I said to myself, no, I am not gonna have hot roots just like what I had the previous time my friend did my hair. Luckily, I still have hair right now. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing this thing by yourself without consulting a professional or like without having prior experience with bleach, toner, or box dye. Scratch your knowledge about box dye, bleach, toner if you haven't done it yourself or like gone to a hair professional before, because everything is different when it comes to hair and hair colors, hair undertones. I mean, I had a basic knowledge about hair coloring, but I didn't know that every bleach, toner, every color that you put into your hair contributes to the final result. Some tips and advice. Watch some professional videos. Yes, you may have watched girls or guys who did a successful hair transformation from that dark hair to a platinum blonde. We've all been there. If you've been meaning to spice up your hair and still have hair at the end of the day, I'd recommend you watching videos from actual professionals. Read articles, read blogs. The key about this entire process is being informed. You don't want to search up videos and tutorials of girls who actually did it and made it successful for them, because again, your hair is different from their hair. and the results may vary depending on the strength of your hair, the capacity of your hair, the undertone of your hair. There's a lot of factors contributing to what hair you have and what those girls have, so don't always think those as your main option. Next, get the right amount of stuff. Research about this stuff, research what type of bleach works for your hair type, what type is least damaging, and ultimately get a second option. Get a safety color. What is a safety color? Well, technically it doesn't exist, I just made that up because for me, I always want to be sure. At the end of the day, I was envisioning a dark auburn hair, but ultimately I was hoping to still have hair. Regardless of the color, regardless of the damage, I still want to have hair. And so I purchased two colors, the color that I wanted and my safety color. Safety color is a color that is closest to the color you've chosen or a great transition to your actual hair shade. So for me, I decided to get a really dark brown, something that would match my actual hair color in case this auburn shade doesn't suit me or didn't end up well. I would have a safety color. This is like my backup plan in case all comes down and I still have hair but the color isn't there. Yeah, sure, the hair isn't what I envisioned, but it's definitely there. It lightened up my hair, it spiced things up, and my hair looks different ultimately. And you know what's the best part? I have experience working with bleach, toner, and bauxite on my own without getting professional help. You still want to consult a professional when it comes to this stuff. If you have longer hair or if you have healthy virgin hair, you might want to consider a professional for that. And you might just want to save extra bucks to go to that salon and get the actual shade you wanted. Also, just a quick little tip, you still might want to consider talking to a professional and see if that hair choice suits you, your skin complexion, and is it sustainable? Will it last for a long time or the color fades easily? Again, just a final disclaimer before I end this video, I am not a professional. This is a trial and error process. This was a learning experience for me, and wouldn't recommend doing this. I wouldn't recommend you bleaching your hair 2, 3, 4 times and just hope that you still have hair. It's a quick comparison of my before and after hair shades. We have this as my before and we have this as my after. Honestly, I'm not that mad. Not that mad. Thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this disastrous roller coaster ride, but nonetheless, we have hair at the end of the day and couldn't be even more grateful than that. If you attempt on doing your hair, please make every step count and do everything with extra precaution. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye!